Alright, how we doing, guys? It is your boy, Scottbars here. We're doing an album breakdown. I'm really sick right now, as if you couldn't tell, so my voice is a bit fried. Now, my process for producing and mixing music has changed quite a bit over the last 2 years. As I've learnt to do things better, and some of the way that I do stuff in this one might be a little outdated, so I'm going to explain that to you. I'm going to go through just about every single track. I don't want this to take forever. Yeah, let's get into it. This is WIL WAGNER. When I started this project, I didn't want to make an album until I knew exactly what I was doing, with the mixing to the production to the vocal delivery and writing and lyrics. So I didn't want to make an album until I had all that stuff locked in. But the WIL WAGNER track was like the first song where I had all that shit dialed in, and I was like, all right, bet we can actually make something with this. So I think the first thing that I started with was this sample. This is a splice sample that I chopped. Pretty cool. You can see I've obviously done some chopping and some remixing and shit like that. On this one, we've just got fucking EQ, pretty basic shit, just to get rid of some of that harshness, DSR, stereo, and some Logic stock compression with a bit of distortion on it, or saturation, I guess you could call it. I actually don't use Logic anymore. I'm using Ableton now. So if I'm looking a little bit out of my depth, it's because I haven't used Logic in a while. I've just been learning Ableton. So this funk sample here, that shit goes hard, bro. We've just got EQ on the funk sample, got some reverb on it, stereo shit, compression. Most of these plugins, not all of them, but most of them are just stock Logic ones. You know, you don't need to pay for the fucking gas shit. For the drums, I've just got these 4 loops kind of layered on top of each other and sending to a drum bus. When you put them all together, it's just like... I had a lot of trouble getting these to blend really well, but you can see the EQs here. I've pretty much just like boosted the kick, EQ, DSR, saturation on one of them. This one here is the drum bus that is just gluing everything together. It's just EQ and compression, nothing crazy. Okay, so this bass stereo track, they're all getting sent to this as well, which is just cut the lows and the highs, give it a stereo sound. And a reverb. You can hear the vocals and everything else going in there just to give it a nice stereo spread. We got 2 different basses in this song. This first one is just this Logic fucking Beatles. It's called Liverpool, but it's like the fucking John Lennon special, mate. You know how it goes. And that one plays in the verses.
I have very high standards because I try to tell.
And then in the chorus, I got Logic synth bass. We just got compression, side chain to the kick, EQ, fucking pumping the 60 hertz, bro. Verses, it's the same fucking thing, you know, we got Logic, basic as fuck, basic bitch amp, side chain to the kick. What more do you fucking want me to say, alright? Fuck. And we got this. This is just a Logic synth of some sort. I don't even really fucking know, bro. Like, there's the fucking settings if you want to know what the fuck that is. EQ, compression, basic. But this is also that little metronome count in at the start of the video. I added that because I knew that when we were going to be filming the music video, I would need like a 1, 2, 3, 4 so that we could sync the clip to the song, but also I could come in on the 1 for the video and I knew exactly when it was coming. I just ended up liking that count in so much that I just left it in the song. You can hear it throughout. Keys all the way through. I'm a big fan of electric keyboard.
Let me tell you, it kills me to have to be alive.
You're each other's best friends, so it feels like love. Actually love.
Yeah, counting's crazy, bro. Like, as if you'd leave the fucking metronome in the song. This is just horns. You can see there's like a bunch of instruments in here. I don't really know exactly how that works, but once again, just EQ and compression, keeping some of those sub frequencies in just to like not make it sound so processed. You know, my ex, who this song is about, she said she really liked it, but she said the horns were like a bit cheesy and a bit like fake, like MIDI sounding, and I tend to agree, but I think like the song's pretty tongue-in-cheek as is, so I think it really adds to it, I guess. This synth is actually a sample from, I think it's Patience, one of my other songs off Mixed Bag. You see I got the Childish Gambino on the mug. Trying up 8 in the morning. This synth, just basic EQ, DSR, Logic, stock standard, stereo. You'll see a lot of this coming up. Compressor, once again, some light saturation. This is really fucking basic shit, bro. Really, really basic shit, my bro. You got the scratches and the fucking vinyl, bro. Just like that real old school sound. I think it's just a splice sample. Yeah, once again, DSR, that's our EQ curves. We got a panner, this auto pan plugin. This is the free one. This shit is a free plugin, but it just works so well. Just have it sweep across and then push that pan into the echo. Lots of feedback. I like that. It's really good for like effects and like fills and that.
Everything feels.
I still dream about you.
You can just hear it like kind of wash across the stereo in the headphones, just kind of washing across. I really fuck with that, my brah. This is all just splice shit, man. Reverse cymbals. What more do you want?
I'm really grateful for the time that we spent. Now that you're going, I'll forever lament. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and this little tom fill. That's our pan. They're just like also sweeping from left to right on that fill. So this sample is from These New South Wales. If you don't know, they are a punk band from Australia. One of the best punk bands. They have a show called These New South Wales. The series is like a mockumentary sort of show, and that's where this sample's from.
Everything feels so familiar and so comfortable. You're each other's best friends, so it feels like love.
Someone said it to me once, you're either with someone forever or it's gonna hurt like hell at some point.
I always knew this relationship was gonna crash and burn from the get-go. Not because I wanted it to, but you just, you know, when you know. And I was watching that show with this girl, and I was like, I feel I'm gonna need that. This is just a splice sample of like Forest, like Foley, I think. I don't even have anything on this, it's just raw.
Someone said it to me once, you're either...
Yeah, you get the idea. And now this tram / ambience. Yeah, this shit plays throughout the song. It's literally just off a video that I stole off YouTube of someone filming Melbourne CBD. I would have liked to record this Foley myself, but I didn't have that option, unfortunately, because I was living in Brisbane at the time. So I just went on YouTube and stole some footage of Melbourne CBD, and that plays throughout just to add a level of noise and ambience to the back of the track, because this song is about Melbourne. So, you know, we've cut the sub frequencies out because we don't want that. We've cut some of the highs just so it sits more in the background a little bit, you know. And once again, stereo widener, compression. I think I'm sending it to a reverb as well.
You should sample this on your next album.
Yeah, so that's Gabs, the song this is about. Yeah, it's just from like, we had a tape recorder and we were hanging out filming some dumb shit, and just thought it'd be good to chuck that in there. Now, to get to the vocals, some of this is probably going to be outdated, but let's have a look. So you got chorus.
My girlfriend left me for...
Chorus auto-tune. So you got EQ, DSR, compression, with saturation built in.
My girlfriend left me for WIL Wagner, deaf to the lad.
You can hear it sounding a little bit crushed. I'm sending it to a reverb as well, but we're also sending all this to a vocal bus.
My girlfriend left me for WIL Wagner, deaf to the lads.
So yeah, I've got like some fucking mastering tool on the vocal bus, which will like compress it and give it some top end. And then we've got more saturation just straight on all the vocals, squash and everything, more EQ in the mids, more compression. To be honest, like it sounds pretty shit by itself. In the mix, everything's sounding like nice. Yeah, I don't know, bro. Like if it sounds good in the mix, fuck it. That's why I don't mix in solo.
My girlfriend left me for WIL Wagner. Deaf to the lads, yeah, you know it doesn't matter. Now she's on a plane going down to Melbourne. I'm in this bitch's head, I'm in this bitch's bed. Had the time of my life with you, but now I'm better off dead.
Now, if I remember correctly, I did use Melodyne on all of these. If you don't know what that is, it's kind of like a manual auto-tune sort of plugin where it will allow you to correct the pitch of the notes because my singing was a bit rough. It's not on here just because I fixed it all and then I exported it just so I didn't have to have Melodyne running. So yes, all of this is pitch corrected, but only, you know, only a little bit.
You left me for WIL Wagner. Had the time of my life with you, but now I'm better
These ones.
off dead. You left me for WIL Wagner. Deaf to the lads, yeah, you know it doesn't.
Yeah, so this is like the same as the main vocal, just copied over, and then I used Melodyne to pitch it up. I think maybe like a couple tones or some shit. I don't exactly remember. And then I put stereo widener on it. It's probably not a good idea to duplicate the exact one and then stereo it because like phase problems, but because they're different pitch, I think you can get away with it. You blend it together.
My girlfriend left me for WIL Wagner. Bitches bad. Had the time of my life with you, but now I'm better off dead.
EQ, DSR, stereo, compression. That's pretty much all I was using at the start.
Lately I've been down in the dumps. Every time I get a girlfriend, it never lasts more than 9 months. Lately I've been feeling like shit. I think that I ought to just quit. What if I told you that God is dead and it's the end of the world, at least inside of my head?
I have no idea why there's two mono vocals doing the same thing on top of each other. I don't know why I did that. This shit was like 2 years ago. I probably wouldn't do that again, but sounds pretty good.
We broke up and now I hate you, revenge type song or anything. I actually wish you the best.
This one's just a different take with the stereo plugin.
Lately I've been down in the dumps. Be candid, try to do the right thing but never understand it.
Yeah, I still dream about you.
Some of them are pitched up.
But when it comes to money, everyone is
Roy with the money boys, singing death to the lad.
Man, that shit sounded angelic to the fucking core, bro. Yeah, EQ, DSR, there's drama as a mastering plugin, just compression and top end. More compression, lots of reverb. The high and the original one are panned like left and right, apparently. And then you have this low one that's just sitting in the middle. So yeah, I sung all of those and then put it through Melodyne and fixed the pitch. But that shit's just like chilling in the background.
But now I'm better off dead. I'm in this bitch's head. I'm in this bitch's bed. Had the time of my life with you, but now I'm better off dead. You left me for WIL Wagner. Death to the lads, yeah.
And that's pretty much it, bro. Yeah, so I've had the master chain on this whole time. I used to do this thing with this sketch cassette to give it more of like a tape sound, which I don't do that anymore. You can see here, this automation is actually the compressor. If you watch this here, you can see it automating the amount of compression going into our mastering chain at the start. Just as the song builds up and reaches this like crescendo point, I just really push the compression to the max and then it drops off, and yeah, it just gives more like movement to the track overall. Like you can see here as it builds up if you just listen.
I'm in this bitch's head. I'm in this bitch's bed. Had the time of my life with you, but now I'm better off dead. You left me for WIL Wagner.
I don't really do this anymore, but yeah, it's cool if your master's feeling a bit flat or you want to exaggerate the loudness in certain parts, just pump up the compression for those big bits. Punch in the bass or punch in the mids. Yeah, really tiny, like 1.6 dB. You don't really want to boost any more than that. De-esser on the master, which I wouldn't normally do.
You're either with someone,
but I wasn't that good at mixing back then, so compression, 65% wet, distortion on the soft clipping. You can see the final compressor's really not doing much at all, but we've got the first sketch cassette compressor. It's already working, so that's all you really need. A limiter at the end. It's also really not doing much. It's really just as like a safeguard, just in case it does go over. It'll come out as like true peak -1, average -12. And that's just to preserve some of the dynamic range. I don't see the point in pushing it up to like -8, -7 if you're gonna lose some of that like punch, especially from the kick. I like to preserve some of that, so I master most of my shit at about -12 these days, assuming that it's still in the hip hop genre. All these automations, these are just like delay throws for the vocals, really subtle, but you know, all these subtle movements that we make, they all add together and are more than the sum of their parts. And that's it. Growing up. I want to thank you guys for listening. I hope you learned something, because I did. I learned that OBS is difficult to use and I hate looking at myself on camera. Thanks for buying the album. Go check out some of the extra bonus goodies. If you enjoyed this, tell your mates. If you ever need help with mixing or anything, or you have any additional questions, fucking shoot me a message, bro. Fucking oath. Fucking oath.